Okay, when I said smile, you don't have to say cheese. It's a video. Okay? Okay, so we are here at Bennett Spring, and we are going to do a little thing here. We are going to go and explore every fishing hole we can see, and we're going to take you through the whole park. It's because this is above the culvert. It kind of dams the water up. It's very calm, still water. Real good for fly fishing up here. I'm fishing some artificial baits. So this zone 2 means you can't use worms and stuff like that up here. You have to use like rooster tails and spoons and spinners. No soft plastics, no scented baits. The crayfish underneath the bridge there would probably be amazing.
Why wouldn't they not be able to?
Well, they've got rules up here that you can only use artificial lures or flies. So you can't come up here and like run a seine net or something for crayfish, or a cast net, or set traps or whatever you would do to catch crayfish. And you're not allowed to catch fish by hand. Another rule they have, see? So they've got rules that prevent all the loopholes we wish we could utilize. Go ahead that way right now, follow me. So this is the bottom of the dam that separates zones 1 and 2. So it's flies and artificial lures with them. Guys, hey, Zeke, come here. These guys fly fishing, they get a lot of space behind them. Oh, we can get right up here. Check this out. We got a nice little pad. This is kind of hard to imagine, isn't it? Zeke, look at this. This is kind of hard to imagine. See where my foot is?
Yeah.
Could you imagine that that's how high the water was here in 1986? This whole place was washed out. That's crazy. So we're getting close to the spring. We're up here in zone 1, fly fishing only. This will be some nice fishing at the bottom of this. So they have a lot of these, I don't know what you call them, little wings sticking out that you can fish on up here. Kind of interesting for the fly fishing area to have that. Okay, so this is the spring here. So over here you've just got basically some backwater that is more or less still. It's not really even, there's not much current where it's passing over this little road here. But then look, over here, you have basically a river that forms from nothing. There is no inlet. You see no water flowing in, and an entire river flows that way. Exactly. It's flowing up out of the ground right here. You see it welling up from the center, and that's where the spring is right there. Pretty neat. Spotted mouse. I don't know, it's loose. Oh yeah, there's some hogs right there, man. Yeah, I'll pick you up. Thank you, COVID. It made my children resort to thinking like dogs out of a spigot when they could be using a water fountain that nobody will let them use. No worky water fountains. We're thirsty.
Whoa! Oh, that came out my nose.
This up here is the end of Zone 2. What we call the culvert. Zone 2, fly fishing and lures only. And then at the bottom is the start of Zone 3. And this is where we were fishing earlier. This is where we came and limited out, just at the bottom of this culvert, which is the beginning of Zone 3. A lot of nice turbid water here. One of my favorite places in the park to fish. So on the back side of the park, there's an old bridge they've been trying to preserve. So they have limited the height of vehicles that can pass over it. So you can't take RVs and semis or large trucks through here. So this is that bridge. And this is another great fishing spot. Guys, you cast your line out and you get it caught in the tree. And a lot of times it goes over the tree and your lure or your bait falls in the water, right? But then, just every now and then, and very, very rarely and few and far between times, sometimes that bait, when it hits the water, has a fish bite it. And then an even more rare set of circumstances, when you are attempting to retrieve that fish, it gets hung in a tree like a Christmas ornament, and poor thing hung there to die. You ever see anything like that?
No.
And then this is it. This is the end of the park. This is where the spring runs all the way to the Niangua River. And this is actually my favorite place to fish of all right here. I like to get out in the Niangua right as the spring dumps in. So you have a lot of hatchery trout, and you also have a lot of smallies, spotted bass, all kinds of other things. You like it?
Yeah.
And I probably caught one of the biggest smallies of my life underneath that bridge down there.